graders. So this week we are on grammar packet number 9, and we will be talking about combining sentences with a focus on subject nouns.
That's Callie Childress, a third grade teacher at Oceano Elementary School in SLO County. In lieu of teaching in front of a class, she creates grammar and math packets, pre-records the lessons, and posts the videos on Google Classroom for her students to watch and learn from. It's not an ideal way of teaching, but it's CDC compliant, and that's all that seems to matter. COVID-19 caused a tidal wave of school closures back in March. Colleges, high schools, elementary schools, and even preschools across the country were forced to close their doors in response to the threat of the pandemic. This led to an increase in distance learning, a contactless, socially distant, and fully online solution to continuing on with the academic year for all ages. This may have solved the issue that the pandemic created, but it comes with pitfalls that make distance learning less effective and more frustrating for some. Raylan Monson, an 8-year-old student of Childress's, has reservations about attending elementary school through this new platform.
I was kind of excited, but also very sad that I won't be going to school because first of all, I couldn't see my friends in person. I could only see them for a quick second on the computer because I can only see so many people at a time, but you can change your format.
By format, she means she's able to change the amount of classmates she can see on her screen. It's a far cry from interacting with them in person, but to her, it's better than nothing. Raylan is slowly learning her way around the computer, as well as the programs she uses for school. However, the learning curve is steep, especially for a third grader.
It's really hard to work on the computer because I don't know exactly how to use the computer that well. I'm kind of used to it and kind of exhausted. It's kind of getting on my nerves now because sometimes, like, if something doesn't work, I'm like, and I get like super mad, and I think like the computer life is going to me, and I don't want that to happen.
Despite the challenges that distance learning poses for young children, Raylan is thriving academically. Her grandma, Wanda Monson, who is a retired elementary school teacher, oversees her work and lends a helping hand when needed.
I think Raylan is doing very well academically. Initially, it was learning how to navigate the programs and how to adjust to distance learning. But once she understood and was in a routine and had a schedule and with guidance of her teacher, she is doing very well.
Raylan's education is important, but at her age, social interaction is just as vital. With classes going fully online and playdates with friends discouraged, her time with kids her age is seriously lacking.
She really misses her friends. She gets to see them, but she doesn't get to interact with them. And I know that that's, a very, very important part of school is being able to socialize and interact. And she's really missing that.
As a retired teacher, Wanda understands the frustrations on both sides, but ultimately feels that distance learning was the right move.
I empathize with the students not being able to interact, and I also empathize with parents who are, who find it challenging to support their child's education. But I do believe strongly that this was the right thing to do. Distance learning was the right thing to do.
It's been such a rough year that even kids are looking for some sort of normalcy. When asked if she's excited to return to school, Raylan said,
"Yes, very much. I'm gonna be running up to the school and hugging it for some reason. I miss kind of everything, the way it smells, all the good food, the way they actually teach me.